This is Delhi. Please stand by for our next program. This is All India Radio. Welcome tomorrow. All India Radio, in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar, presents the science serial Welcome Tomorrow, based on myriad facets of artificial intelligence. It's time now to listen to the 30th episode entitled Technology Transfer.
Good morning, Sasi. Is all well? You are calling so early. What? What do you mean? Dr. Samuel Roberts is unresponsive?
He is dead, sir.
What?
He died in his sleep last night.
Oh,
I found the instruction to call you and the next of kin on the desktop of his computer.
I see. Who else have you informed?
Sir had given me a to-do list in case of emergencies. It includes things to do if faced with sudden death.
That's so like Samuel. He was over-organized.
What will I do? He was like a father to me. Without him, I have nothing left.
Sasi, compose yourself. You have to hold the fort now, okay? Now tell me, have you contacted his wife, Christine? I know they are separated, but still, she should be informed.
I have.
What about his son, Christopher?
Christopher is in USA. I have spoken to him, but
What about the dean?
the dean is on his way. Christine madam is also coming. But sir, Christopher says he has pressing work on demonstrating his undersea robot. He says he cannot just drop everything, that his father's death has come to an inconvenient time.
This is such a heartless thing to say. Christopher is Samuel's only child. Will he come in a couple of days? We can arrange to have the body stored at the heavenly heaven.
Christopher has said that India is a hot and humid country. The corpse will decay even with refrigeration. He asked us to get on with the funeral arrangements.
What? But he's the only child. How can he not be here for the funeral? And how can he refer to his father's body as a corpse? He seems to have no human emotion, this boy. But I suppose it is his nature.
Please do not be angry. You know Samuel, sir, was like this too. Not demonstrative at all. He too was more at home with machines than humans. His son is more like him than he ever will know. Please, for Dr. Samuel's sake, do not berate his son.
My God, Sasi, you who have been with him for just a couple of years seems heartbroken. Not his own son? Anyway, Sasi, I am coming as soon as I can. Tell Arijit I will pick him up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ghosh, for picking me up. Sassy called.
You are welcome.
Dr. Samuel chose a very inconvenient time to die. We have the demonstration of robots empowered with artificial intelligence before the Prime Minister next week, sir.
Robots empowered with artificial intelligence was the culmination of his life's work.
Well, now, I will present it before the Prime Minister.
Yes. Samuel always said that technology exists to make life easier. The robots he made undoubtedly will.
He liked machines more than people. He said humans cannot handle the truth. Machines do not lie. So machines are easier to deal with. People forget. Machines do not.
Samuel's dependence on machines was legendary. Do you know? His alarm clock moves randomly while still ringing so that the snooze button cannot be hit. It can even switch on his geyser and electric kettle before waking him.
No. But I do know that his PC is programmed to send emails to the gift shop to send gifts in a predetermined price range to recipients on his list. No birthday or anniversary is even forgotten. People talk about his phenomenal memory. He had outsourced his need to remember to a machine.
But the best was Samuel's car. He could use his car remote to heat or cool the car as much before he even entered it.
Really?
Yes, he had designed the control console such that he only needed to feed in the destination coordinates. The car matched satellite information about the shortest route with traffic conditions. This was way before GPS became available, mind you.
But the actual driving?
Sensors on the bumpers estimated safe distance from other cars and fed the information to the braking system and the accelerator.
Oh, I did not know that. I always saw him sitting in the driver's seat. His hands were at 12 o'clock position on the steering wheel.
That's it. He just sat and twiddled his thumbs.
Oh, well. What is this story?
Apparently, the guard stopped his self-driving car and said that according to regulations, it was mandatory for cars to have a driver on the driver's seat.
Oh.
Samuel asked him if he could simply sit and twiddle his thumbs as the car drove itself, and the poor guard never knew what to say. There was no rule about it in his book. So, since that day,
Samuel sir sat in the driver's seat and twiddled his thumb even as his self-driving car, armed with artificial intelligence, drove him safely to the faculty building.
yes,
We will miss him. Such a wonderful scientist.
he was actually.
Okay.
Such a nice person he was. Very intelligent.
You don't. Please keep the bouquets and the garlands here. Students, no crying. Dr. Samuel did not like the outbursts of emotion.
Sir is almost crying himself. Look at him, and he tells us not to weep.
Yes, Dr. Ghosh. Madam Roberts is expected soon.
Honestly, Sasi, you are doing everything Christopher should have. You are his actual son, in the spirit, if not in flesh.
It's so kind of you to say so. I looked upon him as a father figure, my mentor. In these 2 short years, he taught me everything I know.
Control yourself. It was good he had you for company. You know, Sasi, I always felt Samuel needed more humans in his personal life. What with both Christine and Christopher no longer around?
He invested heavily in robots, you know. They took up all his time and he powered them with more and more artificial intelligence. His earlier models were quite crude, simple artificial intelligence. No emotional quotient, no deep learning.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by deep learning.
Samuel sir taught me that too. It is an artificial intelligence function that mimics the workings of the human brain in processing data. Deep learning artificial intelligence is able to learn without human supervision. It is highly evolved artificial intelligence. You can say the AI of the future, the ultimate goal.
Deep learning is used by machines to learn about objects, recognize speech, and to take decisions. That would be Samuel's area, all right?
Indeed it was.
Do you know? He improved on the Japanese Hadley 2 to make Haldol 3. This early robot made tea for us. The first time I met it, I almost fainted. It had a square tin face with eyes that blinked when it wished me good morning.
I can understand your reservations. But you must remember that he respected your wishes. He gave Hadley 4 a round face with proper hair. Although all he was interested in was artificial skin with sensors that greatly enhanced performances.
Uh, uh, it makes little difference now to speak about it. But it was Hadley 4 that hammered the final nail into the coffin of his marriage.
What do you mean?
You see, Hadley 4 had a hydraulic system that allowed it to climb stairs and walk like us. It had a more human look because the intelligent skin looked just like ours. It could speak fluently. Hadley 4 looked almost human as it entered their bedroom with their bed tea.
Christine Madam threw a fit. Her lawyer said later that she felt a stranger had entered her bedroom.
Samuel argued that he was happy his robot looked and behaved like a human. At least enough like a human to have elicited this response from Christine.
Don't tell me he quoted Turing's test to the judge.
Yeah, Turing test, the final test for artificial intelligence to determine whether or not a computer is capable of thinking like a human being. Yes, indeed. Samuel did start lecturing the judge on that. Samuel said it was the test of machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior that was indistinguishable from that of a human.
Oh, look, the Dean is here. Dean, sir, it was good of you to come so quickly. Dr. Ghosh has issued the death certificate. It was a massive stroke. Excuse me, gentlemen. Hello. Yes, this is Sassy. Yes, ma'am. We are waiting for you. That was Madam Christine Roberts on phone. She says she will be here in 2 minutes. If you excuse me, I have to get in touch with Father O'Brien to see if everything is ready at the church.
Dr. Ghosh, isn't Sassy simply incredibly efficient? I wouldn't mind a man Friday like that. Maybe he would like to come and work for me. He will need employment now that Samuel is gone. But he will have to learn to contain to his emotions. Yes, Dean, this is the third hanky he has used to wipe his eyes and blow his nose. Ah, there is Christine. And my wife is here as well.
It was such a moving ceremony, Christine.
Yeah.
What a wonderful legacy he has left behind. My husband says that Samuel was working on empowering machines with emotion. The Prime Minister is supposed to come next week. Don't cry. Please don't cry, Christine.
Yes. I must not be so emotional, Mrs. Ghosh.
Yeah.
You know, when we married, artificial intelligence itself was a new concept. People would tease him saying, "Have you spoken with your electric razor lately?"
However, in the next decade or so, AI became the talk of the town. The machines Samuel designed incorporated increased speed, absolute accuracy, and enhanced reliability with the ability to improve with experience.
Yeah, the rapid growth of the field owes a lot to Samuel.
Rapid is the word. My husband used to play chess with Samuel, till one day Samuel introduced him to Shatranj, his computer program.
Then what happened?
It was
Beat Shatranj the first day, but after that Shatranj won every game.
Oh,
It kept learning and improving. It hurt his ego so much, losing to a machine, that he gave up playing chess for good.
oh. He was like that. Samuel never liked to express his emotion. And so I was really surprised when he called me one day. I can still hear his words ring in my ears.
You say I distrust humans, huh? Consider them to be the untrustworthy and unreliable. That I live in the world of my own. But can you deny that we can only be 100% certain about ourselves? And of machines programmed by our own hand?
I suppose you have a point, Samuel.
There is no betrayal there. Malfunction, maybe, but no misunderstandings, Christine.
But machines are mechanical, Samuel. There is no. How do I put it? No human touch in anything that they do. Can ever a machine replicate a mother's touch?
In time, yes. I am equipping the machines with not just intelligence, but the ability to learn on the job and to do it with the appropriate emotions too.
I think that is what the Prime Minister's visit is all about.
Well, Mrs. Ghosh, even if Samuel is no longer alive, no one can stop AI from advancing.
Yeah.
May I come in, sir?
Come in, Harijit. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
So, are you confident that you can make the presentation in front of the Prime Minister now that Dr. Roberts is no more? The PMO wanted to know if we want to reschedule.
No, sir. Let us not reschedule. If the PM likes what he hears, it may translate into a AI project at the national level. I'm only slightly apprehensive that Sasi's behavior may derail the scientific tone of the presentation, sir.
No. Do not worry about that, okay? It will add a human touch to the scientific presentation of yours. After all, Samuel was father figure to poor Sasi.
Sir, we also respected Samuel, sir, a lot. But no one is going around with a VP face like Sasi. I met him in the corridor just now and he looked so dejected, as if his father had died. And to think the real son, Christopher, did not even come for the funeral. Sasi needs to learn to keep his emotion in check, sir.
Forget Sasi. Concentrate on the PM. Okay? I am told that the PM is intrigued about the claims of artificial intelligence in machines and looking forward to interacting with scientists.
You know, sir, Dr. Roberts' mantra the last few months had been, robots must learn as they go about their task, so that reprogramming is not needed. Yet he never discussed it in any great detail with me, or nor can I find anything in his files. The Japanese contingent that is coming for the PM's meeting says Dr. Robert promised them something spectacular. I have no idea what they are talking about, sir.
You get easily distracted, Arijit. Forget the Japanese. Rehearse your talk, okay? You cannot fumble, falter or fail. Hello. The bomb squad has checked the auditorium. Look, they are leaving. The Japanese contingent has arrived.
Hello. Mic testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. The Prime Minister of India has arrived.
We will be starting the presentation on artificial intelligence shortly. But before that, Sasi, a close acquaintance of the late Dr. Samuel Roberts, will speak about his life and his work.
Artificial intelligence coupled with emotional quotient is a brilliant masterstroke of Dr. Roberts. He believed that enhanced intelligence is the key to robotic intelligence. Dr. Arijit will elaborate on that.
So, calling Shri Sasi to come on stage, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are assembled here today to honor a man who is no longer with us. I have with me a recording of his last message that he wanted to share with you. It will only take a few minutes.
If this recording is being played, then I'm no more, but never mind, because it is the message, not the messenger, that matters.
Arijit, what is Sasi up to?
This was not scheduled. I have no idea, Dean. I have always believed that machines can carry out jobs better than humans can. They do not mind performing repetitive tasks. They can do so endlessly without getting bored or tired.
Oh, Samuel, you and your praise for machines. Even after death, you go on and on about machines.
If programmed correctly, then tend to make lesser mistakes than humans. They do not need coffee breaks, concessions, or vacations. They better be programmed them. The closer they came to what we call intelligence. Artificial intelligence is only the first step. The logical next step is emotional intelligence. This is nothing but the capacity to understand emotional information and to reason with emotions. It includes the capacity to accurately perceive and understand emotions, to use it to facilitate thinking and to manage emotions. But most importantly, one can learn to control emotions. It is possible to hone this skill, and this is what I have done in my machines. Well, in one of them at least.
Silence, 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 please, ladies and gentlemen. Let us hear what Dr. Samuel Roberts wanted us to hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the culmination of my dream. This is the machine that passes the Turing's test with flying colors. It conforms to the Myers-Salovey test for emotional intelligence.
This means a machine can perceive emotion, reason with emotion, understand emotions, and manage emotion.
You have seen my machine every day for the last 2 years. Yet, none of you realized this was a robot. Not even your dean. And you, Arijit, for all that you were so jealous of Sasi, armed with emotional quotient, my brainchild became to me a son. No, more than a son. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, Sasi, the world's first robot with EQ. Take a bow. Sasi.
Silence, please. Please compose yourselves. This is a major revelation.
I am named Sa-Si because these are the first syllables of two who have made me who I am. The S-A in my name comes from Samuel. S-I stands for silicon that makes up hundreds and thousands of chips that make up my circuit. Let me unbutton my shirt to show you my circuitry. Meanwhile, Dr. Roberts will tell you a little more.
Oh my god. What is Sasi sir doing? He's removing his shirt. There is something shiny underneath. Is it a gun?
The Prime Minister is in the audience. There is a panel on Sasi's abdomen. He is not human. Not human as we understand. What is he? He is trying to flip open the panel
Yeah.
What is inside? Will he spray bullets?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats.
Arijit, flank the Prime Minister as I escort him out. Oh my God, this is a nightmare. Oh, thank God, the commandos are coming cover. I see they have got Sasi covered too.
Do not move! Do not move! Keep your hands where we can see them. Down on your knees! You're under arrest for being a threat to the security of the Prime Minister of India and perhaps even humanity at large.
No. You don't understand. I'm not a threat to anyone.
Keep your mouth shut.
Hey, don't argue. The next shot will not be over your head. My wife reacted sharply to an early model of a speaking robot with legs. She felt a human frontier had been breached. But there are no more frontiers to be breached. Sasi is here. Sasi is now.
Hands up in the air. Hands up. Or we shoot to kill.
In my absence, there may be those who will be tempted to take him apart to see what makes him tick. To them I say, remember, it does not matter if consciousness is etched on silicon chips or carbon-based tissues. Just as it does not matter if one is white or black. We must respect consciousness. Sasi is sentient. Remember that. Respect that.
Fire! He's firing.
Welcome tomorrow. You were listening to the 30th episode of the science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar. The title of the episode was Technology Transfer. This episode was scripted by Dr. Arvind Dubey, transcription Sukanya Datta, concept and coordination Dr. Nakul Parashar and Dr. Birendra Kumar Tyagi. The episode was directed by Pankaj Patipathak, assistance in production by Fiza Chaudhary. The participants were Surbhi Verma, Nitin Bhasin, Mamta Malkani, Nikhil Diwan and Niloy. Do stay tuned. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky listener will get an attractive prize from Vigyan Prasar. The first question is, what is the meaning of learning on the job in the context of AI-based machines? And the second question is, what are the advantages of employing robots for performing repetitive tasks as compared to employing human beings? You can send in your answers by simple post to this address. Science Serial Welcome Tomorrow, Vigyan Prasar, A50 Institutional Area, Sector 62, Noida 201309. You can also write to us on our email ID radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Do write your full name and address along with the answers. And yes, if you send us any questions which gets included in our program, you will get a prize from Vigyan Prasar for that too. So do not hesitate to write to us even if it is a simple query. We will be back again with our next episode of the science serial Welcome Tomorrow, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye. This broadcast came to you from All India Radio, Delhi.